Wall Street just had its best day in 6 weeks. The rally was built on a story Iran says never happened. I'm Zach Gonczarowski. This is The Connection, Episode 1. S&P 500, 65.81, up 1.15% on Monday. That's a relief rally. The Dow gained 631 points. Brent crude crashed from $112 to $99.94, the first time oil has been below 100 since the war started. VIX dropped to 22.4, the calmest read in 2 weeks. Every one of those numbers traces back to a single Truth Social post. Monday afternoon, President Trump posted on Truth Social, claiming, quote, very strong and productive talks with Iran. Within hours, markets did what markets do with peace news. They bought everything. The Dow surged, oil collapsed, the VIX fell off a cliff. For any business operator watching the tape, this looked like the beginning of the end. If talks are productive, the war winds down. If the war winds down, oil drops. If oil drops, your input costs fall. If your input costs fall, maybe you don't need to renegotiate that supplier contract. Maybe you don't need to delay that CapEx project. Maybe the crisis is passing. That was Monday. Tuesday morning, Iranian officials released a statement through state media. The talks, quote, never happened. There are no direct negotiations. The Iranian foreign minister called the claims, quote, a fantasy designed to manipulate markets. Oil is back. Brent crude, $102.83 this morning, climbing through the night after hitting $99.94 on the peace rumor. That $12 swing in 36 hours is not volatility. It is the market discovering that Monday's thesis was built on a claim one side is now denying. And it gets worse. Trump announced a 5-day ceasefire clock on Monday. Unilateral. Iran never agreed to it. That clock closes Thursday, 2 days from now. If there is no ceasefire by Thursday, the market has to reprice again. Every company that made a decision based on Monday's oil drop is exposed. Day 12 of the Gulf choke point. And now the story has a new layer. It is not just about war risk to supply chains. It is about whether the information driving market moves can be trusted at all. Now here's what makes this personal for anyone making capital decisions this week. Monday was not just a rally. It was the most suspicious rally in months. S&P 500 futures spiked 2.7%. Not after Trump's post, before it. Minutes before the Truth Social post went live, unusual volume appeared in stock and oil futures markets. Trading desks noticed it in real time. Financial journalists documented the timing. The Daily Mail published the timeline within hours. This is not confirmed insider trading. I want to be precise about that. But the documented sequence is this. First, futures move. Then, the post appears. Then, the rally. If you are a founder or CFO using Monday's S&P move to inform a hiring plan, a financing decision, or a supplier negotiation, ask yourself this. Was that move the market processing real geopolitical information? Or was it the market processing a social media post that someone may have traded on before you even saw it? The price signal you read on Monday may not reflect what the market actually believes. It may reflect what a small number of participants did before the rest of us had the information. This matters because price discovery is how the economy works. You look at what the market did. You adjust your decisions. You trust that the price reflects available information. But if the price reflects advance access to a presidential announcement, then the signal you used to inform your decision was corrupted before it reached you. And here is where both threads meet. The rally that made you feel better about your business was built on a claim Iran just denied, traded on by someone who may have known about it before you did. Here's the thread. The best day Wall Street has had in 6 weeks was built on a story Iran says never happened, and someone may have bought it before it was posted. The market celebrated peace. There was no peace. And the price signal every operator in this audience used to make decisions this week may have been broken before it ever reached you. Energy. The only clear winner this week if you're already long. Brent back at 102 this morning, war premium returning. The Monday dip was a gift for anyone who sold into it. Technology. Monday's relief rally lifted the sector, but the power cost thesis from episode 1 is unchanged. AI, compute, infrastructure still runs on gas that just got more expensive again. Financials. Neutral, watching. The 10-year yield barely moved because the bond market never believed the peace rally to begin with. Bonds are smarter than stocks this week. If you only remember one thing from today. 1. Do not reprice contracts, CapEx plans, or supplier agreements based on Monday's oil drop. The peace story is denied. Oil is back above 102. Wait for real confirmation before adjusting any energy-exposed cost assumptions. 2. Watch flash PMI at 9:45 this morning. This is the first real-time read on whether the war shock is breaking U.S. business activity. If services drop below 50, that is a recession signal in a wartime economy. It changes your Q2 planning. 3. Mark Thursday on your calendar. The 5-day ceasefire clock closes. Iran has not agreed. If Thursday passes with no deal, expect oil to retest 110 and VIX to climb back above 25. Any floating rate debt or energy pass-through clause in your contracts activates at those levels. If you want the full geopolitical risk analysis for operators with supply chain exposure to the Strait of Hormuz, that's a Vantage Report. Link in the description. Tomorrow, flash PMI results land, and we will know if the war shock is breaking the real economy. The Thursday cliff is 48 hours away. Subscribe, and I'll have it for you tomorrow morning. The Situation Room is produced by XOBiz for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing in this video constitutes financial advice, investment advice, tax advice, or legal advice. Always consult the qualified professional before making financial decisions. Past performance does not guarantee future results. XOBiz and its affiliates are not registered investment advisors, broker-dealers, or financial planners. Tomorrow, flash PMI results land, and we will know if the war shock is breaking the real economy. The Thursday cliff is 48 hours away. Subscribe, and I will have it for you tomorrow morning. That's The Connection. I'm Zach Goncerowski.